The highest level of freedom occurs when there is a free market economy and a minimum of government interference. Do you believe that? Do you agree? We're going to join in here with a viewer's comment to our channel here at Driving It Home about freedom, principles of freedom, and as it relates mainly to electric vehicles. So hang on for this. We're going to get into this and then have a little discussion afterward, and then you'll leave your comments in the description or in the comments below. So let's dive in. You might choose this principle because you love buying stuff with your money. When the government enforces regulations on what you can buy and cannot buy, it is wrong and just makes everyone's life harder, is what this comment was saying. If you agree with that, let me know in the comments. They go on to say here real quickly, one of the best examples of this situation is the rise of the electric car industry. Don't get them wrong, they say. Electric vehicles are fun and all, but when people in authority start worshiping them like they are the only solution to emissions problems, that is when things start going downhill. Thomas Paine warns, quote, "Beware the greedy hand of government thrusting itself into every corner and crevice of industry." The viewer goes on to say, we should be able to make our own decisions on what kind of car we want. If you agree, let me know. By the way, go ahead and click the thumbs up now, and also subscribe if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet. They go on to quote James Adams, I should say, who said, "Without trade restrictions, the obvious and simple system of natural liberty establishes itself of its own accord. Every man is left free, perfectly free, to pursue his own interest in his own way." You libertarians out there, this is one of those where you click the thumbs up. Let us know in the comments. They go on to say here, this member of our community, they say, many states and the federal government as a whole are pushing for electric-only roadways by as early as 2030. You've heard that before in our other videos here. They believe that restricting electric cars as the only vehicles on the road is the way to achieve zero emissions. There are a lot of problems with this thinking, but one that strongly violates principle that we've been talking about here of liberty is that the government is going to make the people buy electric cars, whether they want to or not, meaning that the people's highest level of freedom is not allowed or does not occur. And there is no free market economy and a maximum of government interference with purchasing a car of your choosing. So they go on to say, and quote Thomas Jefferson, so they're throwing in all the big guns of the founding fathers. To compel a man to furnish funds for the propagation of ideas he disbelieves and abhors is sinful and tyrannical. When the government tells us which cars we can and cannot buy because of what they think, it is tyrannical, according to this comment. They go on to finalize their thought saying, if this happens, it is disregarding the principle of liberty that we've been discussing by interfering with the free economy and therefore restricting our freedom. So that's the comment that we had from our member of our community here at Driving It Home. Pretty much hard to argue with what they're saying. I mean, you probably have an opinion about this, and if you do, that is awesome. I want you to go ahead and share that in the comments below. But as you've seen in our prior videos here, there is a very difficult problem that people have for mandating electric vehicles on the road, namely that they're forcing people to do something that they don't necessarily want to do. They're also forcing people to do something that is very costly to them personally, which is, yeah, to me, that's a pretty bold thing to try to do, is to mandate somebody to go buy something that they are not necessarily in a position to buy. The other part of it is the idea that people have that the electric vehicles, namely the plug-in electric vehicles, are emission-free or are of zero carbon footprint, because they are not currently as things stand now. If we were all renewables for a power grid, then they could say they're zero carbon footprint, but they're not. Up to 70% or more of the power grid is powered by good old-fashioned fossil fuels, and that is not carbon friendly, not carbon free. And the other issue that we've always been discussing here in this channel is that the baseload power generating capacity is not nearly, not near being supplied by renewables, and it was going to take something that's a lot more potent like nuclear to be sort of a carbon-free method to supply that baseload power that is only apt to increase in demand, because having electric vehicles deployed all over the nation is going to cause demand to skyrocket across the board. And so therefore the base load is going to only increase. And that's not even talking about trying to get distribution up to speed out to the rural hinterlands where all these electric vehicles are supposed to be infiltrating and matriculating into society. In any case, thank you for joining us. Join us next time here on Driving It Home, and make sure you go ahead and subscribe. See you next time.